It's just math, y'all. Welcome. We are working on multiplying polynomials. This is the second video of two where we are multiplying polynomials, or hopefully second video of two, maybe second video of three. So here we go. These are some hard ones. Go ahead and copy them down and see what you're going. We're going to use the distributive property, and we're going to then work these out. I've got the exact same problem worked horizontally and then worked vertically. So you don't have to work them twice. You pick the method you like and do it. So here we go. I'm going to do the horizontal first, and then I'm going to do the vertical. Okay, so let me plan it out. I'm going to take the first one here and multiply by all three of those. And then I'm going to take the second one and multiply it by all three of those. And then I'm going to take the third one and multiply it by all three of those. Okay, so I've got 9 multiplications to do. I'm going to try to write it small. And so here we go. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick here. This is going to be combining a little bit of vertical with the horizontal. So instead of calling this horizontal, we're going to call this one a combo. So watch how we do this one. Okay, so green is my first one. So let me go back to my green. Okay, I am color coordinating these. I always recommend use color when you take notes. It is so much more fun to have your notes in color. Okay, so now I'm going to do the green. So I'm going to do 2t to the second times 2t to the second. So remember, we multiply the big numbers and add the littles. Okay, so that's going to give me a 4t to the fourth. All right, then the next one's going to give me a positive 4t to the third. And then the last one's going to give me a negative. And then 2 times 1 is 2. And then t to the second. All right, so now let's go to the orange one. Okay, so I'm going to do a negative t times a 2t to the second. So that's like a negative 1. So my answer is going to be a negative. It's going to be a t to the third. It's going to be a negative 2t to the third. Now notice where I put my answer. Okay, I've lined up. I figured out it was going to be a t to the third, and I wrote my answer underneath the other t to the third because these are like terms and I'm going to have to add them up in a few minutes. So a negative 2t to the third, and then we've got a negative 2t to the second. And again, look, it just kind of right there. And then a negative 1 times a negative 1 is a positive 1t. Okay, there's no like terms for that one. All right, so now choose the pink and go to the negative 4. So negative 4 times 2, negative 8, t to the second. So my first multiplication is going to give me a negative 8 t to the second. So I'll write my answer there under all the other t to the seconds. And then I've got a negative 8 t to the first, and then negative 4 times negative 1 is plus 4. So this is kind of a horizontal vertical combo. I did my horizontal multiplications, but when I wrote down each one of the numbers that I got, I lined them up vertically so it would make it easier for me to do my additions. Okay, so now I'm going to add these like terms, so that's a positive 4. These like terms is going to give me a negative 7t. That's going to give me a negative 12t to the second. That's going to give me a positive 2t to the third. And this will give me a 4t to the fourth. And so there's my final answer. Yeah, these are a doozy. These are a doozy. But you can do them. All right, the vertical method works here as well. I'll start with pink for this one because I start in the other direction. Okay, so give yourself plenty of room in the front. Notice it's right justified so that you've got room. Positive times a positive, excuse me, negative times a negative is a positive, so it's a positive 4. Negative times a negative is a positive, and that's a positive t. It's going to be a negative 2t to the second. All right, I'm going to put my 0 and scoot over. Be a negative 8t, a negative 2t to the second, positive 4t to the third. All right, oh, I didn't change colors. I'm in a hurry. That's what it is. 2 more zeros. And then we'll do the negative 8t to the second, a negative 2t to the third, and finally a 4t to the fourth. Add your like terms. I get a 4, a negative 7t, so plus 4, a negative 12t to the second, a positive 2t to the third, and 4t to the fourth. Please let that be the same. It is, because there's only one right answer. Okay, great job, Maya, y'all. Great job. All right, binomial multiplication is also known as FOIL. It is the exact same procedure, but for some reason, we have our own little name for it, and you need to know that name, and that name has meaning. That name has meaning, and we'll go over it later. But for right now, it's called FOIL. FOIL is an acronym for first, outer, inner, last. But if you do it the way I showed you, you won't have any trouble. So here we go. We're going to take the y and multiply it by both of those. And then we're going to do the 2 and multiply it by both of those. And then if we have any like terms, we'll put those together. So here we go. So y times y is y to the second. Y times a positive 6 is a positive 6y. 2 times y is a positive 2y. And 2 times 6 is a positive 12. I have like terms right there. And so my final answer is y squared plus 8y plus 12. Final answer. Okay? That's called FOIL. The F stands for first outer. So this was the first times the first. And the second multiplication was called outside. So we did the y's on the far left, 6 is on the far right, so those are the outer terms. And then I stands for the inside, and that's where the 2 and the y are multiplied because those are the 2 inside terms. And then the 12 came from 2 times 6 was the last terms. So that's where it comes from. It's no different than what we've already done. So here we go. I'm going to do these others really quick. So I'm going to take the 7x and multiply it by both of those. That gives me a 63x to the second minus 14x. And then I'm going to take the 8 and multiply it by both of those. And that gives me 72x minus 16. These two end up being like terms, so I can put those together. Gotta make my brain hurt. 72 and negative 14. I think that's 58x. Please text me and let me know if that's right or wrong. Shouldn't have made one with such big numbers that I can't do it in my head without trusting myself. There it was, plus 58. And so there's my answer to that. All right, we're almost done with this. Go ahead and do these last two. I'm just going to quickly do these because of the time. All right, so this is going to give me a 36 plus 24u minus 6u minus 4u to the second. The two like terms are going to make a plus 18u. So I have 36 plus 18u minus 4u to the second for my final answer. And then this last one, so we can stop this video. Again, I'm going really fast on these. So this is going to give me a 6xy minus 16x plus a 9y minus a 24. There are no like terms this time. And so this is my final answer. Alrighty. Okay, we got one more video for this. I've got some more I got to do. So see you back here in just a few minutes.